I'm going to need assistance in making sure that everybody stays muted out. And if you have a question, you unmute yourself, and then you can absolutely mute yourself when you get done with that. But we definitely want to make this interactive. Hopefully also that you have brought your plan on a page. If you don't have that, go grab that wherever you might have it. And we're going to use that tonight. Give everybody another minute here to get in, and then we will get started. So make sure you got your plan on a page, make sure you got a pen, and ready for some notes. We are recording tonight, so the recording's already going. So what I want to do is I first want to commend everybody. I have been very impressed. I've been pleasantly surprised with all of the participation that everybody has got right now with the plan on a page, actually putting that into action. We just had a Road to Jade event here in Houston. I think we had about 16 or 17 people that were there. We have some folks that were new, folks in for almost 2 years, and everywhere in between, and it was a very powerful session. On to simplicity and the power of what we do, and I want to make sure that we continue that here on Power Hour. So like we do every week, Power Hour, we do it twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, and what it is for is the brand new person that's just getting started and making sure that they have a forum that they can come to. We do so much. The majority of our business is done in a virtual environment. And with that, we don't have a lot of times where everybody's just sitting down getting together. We do every once in a while, like tonight's event, but most of the time we've got folks spread all over the world, and we want to be able to have a forum where people can come, bring their questions, and get those answered. So first thing I want to do is open it up for any questions that anybody might have about anything regarding the business whatsoever. It's about customer side, business side, how do you do plan on a page, anything and everything. All questions are welcome, and we'll start off with that tonight. So does anybody have any questions? If you do, unmute yourself and ask away.
Hey Casey, it's Alicia. So just kind of give you a heads up. On the 4th of July, I tuned into the Breakfast of Champions, and some lady out of the Boston market was putting it on. Her name was Jules something another.
Jules Mauricio.
So I randomly asked her a question. I typed in the chat box and I said, hey, just curious, do you know of any teams in Kansas? Because we just feel like the Lone Rangers out here, you know. So she put it out on the Diamond chat, found out that on July 10th in Topeka, there's going to be a PBR. However, Topeka is about 7 hours from here or so. So she asked the guy if there was one any closer, and he's actually going to be doing one in Garden City, which she don't have the date yet, but it's like going to be the following week after that. And Garden City's only 70 miles from here. And so I was kind of excited to find out there's actually going to be a function close enough. I just hope that's not when I have to be out of town for some business stuff. So anyway, I was just excited to share that, like, there's actually going to be a function besides the one at my house tomorrow night.
I hear you. I hear you. No, it's fun to be able to have those in your backyard. I am such a big fan of being the one that actually creates those, and you're doing one tomorrow, and being able to have those open to others. Guess what? There might be other people that are in the area that would love to be able to have a place to be able to plug into as well. And those that just makes it even that much nicer having that many more people show up at the event. Again, as long as they understand, you know, kind of the etiquette on what we do. But
Sherry was down at the swimming pool today recruiting people for tomorrow night, because she started texting me, asking me if I knew this lady. And I'm like, yeah, I know her. I said, oh, her husband has cancer. And she says, yeah, I know. So then I sent back and I said, oh, they're avid runners. And she goes, yeah, I know. I was like, let me know how you come out on it. So we'll see if they show up tomorrow night. But anyway, that was just my statement. So.
Well, good stuff. I appreciate you sharing that. That is awesome. I love hearing those. I love hearing that, and it just goes to show how big and fast this thing is going. So that's fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. And good luck tomorrow. Cannot wait to hear how things go tomorrow. So that's
Ed has a doctor on board. He's got a doctor excited to come and hear about it. So hopefully at least one of the doctors from over there and the administrator will be here.
Yep. Biggest thing that I want to share, and I think I was going to say this last time, but then got distracted with it. But please make sure that you get with Sherry for etiquette and make sure that everybody's crystal clear on what that is and how to handle when you have a big event. It gets exciting, but one person can come into an event and absolutely hijack an event and absolutely wreak havoc and terror. And you need to make sure it's very easily handled. Just got to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So if y'all haven't had that chat, then have that chat with Sherry on what to do and how to handle people at an event.
Awesome. Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's coming about an hour and a half early tomorrow evening. So
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Very good, guys. Well, best of luck. Any other questions from anybody or any observations, things to share?
Casey, it's Betty. How do you approach a person? Hi. How do you approach a person that you know has cancer and trying to do it in a subtle way?
Perfect. Well, you know what? We just had a couple examples of that just less than 10 minutes ago at our Road to Jade event. And here's exactly how we approach that is Tara Bush has a friend who's going through breast cancer and halfway, I think, through the treatments and just, completely wiped out right now and no energy and all of that. So what she did is she reached out and said, hey, checking in on you. I love your post and shows your fight and your encouragement, all of those types of things. And I'm paraphrasing here, obviously, but the main point was, keep fighting, and so glad to hear that you're getting through it. How are you feeling? And just had a conversation. Friend got back on Sunday and said, I am doing okay. I'm making it through it. I've got no energy. Had an event and it just, wiped me out. Doctor said I should only lose about 20% of my energy. I feel like it's 50% of my energy, blah, blah, blah. Continued on with that. Next day, she reaches out and says, hey, I got to tell you, I've been thinking about you. You actually popped in my head while I'm in the shower. She says, I don't want to be creepy and tell you I was thinking about you while I was in the shower, but that's when I do all my thinking. And I thought of you, and I came across an article that I would like to share specifically to what you're dealing with. Obviously, lack of energy and a couple of other things. Would love to be able to share this with you if it might be something that can help you. She replied back, thank you so much for thinking about me. Absolutely. Please send it over. Be very interested in reading what it is. And just like that, caring about the other person, not trying to make money off the other person. When people get weirded out on this business, it's because they're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about what this is going to do for them. You as a business partner, not you, Betty, but just a generic you. When you think about you, it's weird. When you think about your friend who's going through what they're going through, and this product being able to help them keep their energy up and fight, that's a very powerful thing to be able to offer another person. And that's what we do it for, and that's how we approach it. And that would be a good example of how to approach it in the fact that you're not trying to sell them anything, you're trying to give them some information so that they can start figuring out. Their curiosity is up, their interest is piqued. Basically, do they want to get better? Yes. Do they want more energy? Yes. What you got going on? What do you think about? I got this. And instead of saying, I got a guy, and if you're not quite sure how to use the wellness from the inside and out, say, I've got a guy, and I want to put you in touch with him. He can share with you some articles. I'm not quite sure all the details on it all. He handles all of that. But let me put you in touch with this guy so they can share some information for you. Let me introduce you to. Is that okay? Would it be okay? They're going to say yes. And then you let the guy go or the girl go, whoever your leader, Jake or myself or Van or Dave or Kathy, any of the folks in your organization, Betty, will be that guy for you to be able to help take care of that. Or if you know how to do it in the wellness from the inside and out, then you can do that. Does that
Thank
make
you.
sense, Betty?
Yep, it does. Thank you.
Cool. Do you see yourself being able to do that with them?
Yes, I can.
Love it.
I just wasn't quite sure how to do that, but the wellness inside out is great. So thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. And that right there, that interaction, I want to have more of those. That's what I want the rest of this session to be about, unless there are other questions. If you have those, ask those. But now I want to start moving into participation from everybody. I want you that have a plan on a page filled out, and you that have actually reached out to somebody and made contact with somebody, I want you all to speak up. I want you to share, and I want to go through a real world example with you on what you actually did. This is the review and adjust that I talk about all the time. There's plan, there's do, there's review, there's adjust. The plan, we've been talking about the plan for 8 months. The do is you actually going out and taking action. And we've got a ton of people right now that've got 20 names. And if you look at that, here's what's kind of neat. You take 40 people that we got in this list, you get 20 names. That's 800 people that we're going to be reaching out to. That's powerful. That's how fast this will explode. Not it can explode, it will explode. It has already exploded. We're popping sapphires in 31 days, folks. That's not an accident. That's not a fluke. Okay? So it will work. So I want to go through. We've got a plan. You are doing the do. Now I want to review that with you. I want you to step up. I want you to say what worked or what you did. And then I want you to tell me how it went. And then we're going to offer adjustments if there's anything to be adjusted. Or I'm going to say you executed that perfectly. Go do it again. And that's what I want results for you. I honestly, this might sound stupid, and I'm going to boo-hoo from stage when it happens, when the organization hits diamond. I could care less about hit diamond. I care only about getting everybody to Jade. When you see that happen, when you get an extra $300 a month that you can point to, and you can show this to everybody you know, that is life-changing money. People think it's $3,000, $5,000, $15,000. That is too. That's life-changing money. But it starts with $300. $300 US. That's usually about 10% of what people are bringing home. And you add an extra 10% raise to somebody, that's going to be something that's going to make them smile. That's going to show them that they can do it. And when they see that they can make 300, they're going to see that they can add a zero and make 3,000, and then they're going to see that they can make 30,000. But if they can't make 300, 3,000 and 30,000 and 300,000 and 3 million a month are absolutely beyond their grasp. They have to make 300 first, and it's about hitting Jade. Okay, so one more time, what we're after is you need 28 customers. 28 customers, 80 points apiece. You do the math on that, you're going to see that that's going to make you Jade. You can go get those customers yourself, or you can go find 3 people to help you find those 28 customers. And I don't know, divide it up equally, and you each go get 7. You get 7, you find 3 people to go help you get 7. That's what it is to make Jade in the Jade Factory. You do that, you lock that in, and you got that money coming in, no matter if it floods, no matter if you lose your entire business. Dr. Alave was sharing her story. A medical doctor, 30 years in practice, $1 million of stuff in her practice, not counting the storage units that she's got, not counting her rental properties. She shares this story. It's heart-wrenching to me to hear that. But what she is so proud of and what keeps coming in and what's helped her tremendously is her Kyani income, because she's helped so many people on being customers. She got a whole bunch of those herself, and she went and found some people to go help find those customers too. And she's got common checks coming in every month that's helping out tremendously. And this is a doctor, folks. That's how powerful residual is. Business partners to help you go find those 28 customers. Everybody goes to 10 customers. It's done. And then we'll show those 3 people how to do the same thing. Somebody volunteer for me since I'm driving. Know your name and let me know the name of who's done one so far.
I got a question for you, Casey.
Yes, Mindy.
I don't know if you remember my friend Gina. You actually did a 3-way with, or a call with her. She'd had surgery and was off work for quite a while. She's tried the product on a 7-day, loved it, is looking at the business. Now, I've kept in contact with her. She's only been back at work for a few weeks, but she's starting to make money again. And I'm going up to Indiana next week, and I am going to meet with her. And I just wondered what the best way to approach her is.
rapport, and you are verifying your assumption that she is interested in wealth. Mindy, you still there, or am I?
Yeah, it keeps freezing up on me.
Casey, you're not.
Okay, I
we
think it's
can't
on my
hear you.
end. Okay, let me try again. So, can you hear me now, Mindy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think I'm through my bad spot. I'm almost to the house. What you're going to do is you're going to reach out to her when you get there, show up in person, give her a hug, say, how have you been? What's been going on? What's new in your life? Catch up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do the
Bad. I think you're going through a bad spot again.
I should have Wi-Fi here in just a second. So I should be switching over to Bluetooth here in just a second. Mindy?
There you are.
Okay, I think I'm finally on the Wi-Fi. Okay, so let me try this again. So just to frame this back up, you were traveling up to Indiana. You've got a friend. They were interested in the business at some point. Is that right?
Yeah, you've actually already talked to her on the phone.
Okay. I obviously don't remember because it's probably been 3 days. So what we're going to do is when you show up, you're going to go and are you going to meet with this person, see him in person?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So when you get there, you're going to have a conversation with them and just say, hey, how you been? What's been going on? All those good things. You're going to do the small talk. Okay?
Yep.
Now, after you do that, sorry, I'm doing two things at once here. After you reestablish the connection with her, then what you're going to do is you're going to verify that she is still interested in making money. And you're going to say, hey, are you still interested in earning some additional income? Now, she's probably not forgot that. She's probably still interested in doing that.
All right, Mindy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Stand by 1 second. All right. I think we got this thing whooped. I won't keep that going for the recording. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Transition for Wi-Fi. So you're going to do the rapport step again with her, and you're going to verify that she's still interested in making money. And you're going to say, hey, are you still interested in making money? She's going to say, yeah, why? Because I need you to take a look at something. Is it that thing I looked at before? Yeah, but it's different. a whole lot different. I need you to watch this, or I need you to chat with somebody. And the best thing that you can do is say, I've got 2 different ways we can do that. I got a guy you need to meet. And then you're going to say, I need you to either get on the phone with him, I'm going to introduce you to him, or I got a video that I can send you that you can take a look at, and that's going to share all the same information. Which one do you prefer?
And she's talked to you for about 45 minutes already.
So it's time. It's time for her to watch the video. She doesn't need to talk to me again. Then we just need to do the video with her.
Okay.
So we'll just go ahead and say, hey, I need you to take a look at a video of this. And when she watches that, she's probably not going to recognize my voice. She ain't going to remember me. Maybe she does. Maybe she remembers the story. Who cares? The key to that, the reason for doing that is by her having that I Know a Guy video play for her, is what it's going to do is it's going to put a bullet in the terrorist's head so they'll shut up for a little bit, instead of her thinking of all the other reasons why she can't do this. Now, the assumption is that her objection was money. Now, how long ago was it that I talked to her?
Maybe 6 or 7 weeks. She was off work for 8 weeks from surgery. So
Okay.
she was without income for a while.
Okay. So, and I asked that question between excuse and objection because those are 2 different things. We can overcome objections. You can't overcome excuses. They can make excuses all day long. That just means you go back to, hey, I thought you said you wanted to fix this. Obviously you don't.
You know, she
So-
loved the product. I think she was just waiting to get the money to be able to do it.
Cool. Cool. Well, then you know what you can do. If you believe that's the case, then just ask that question. Maybe she's further along than I'm thinking here. You can just go back to her and say, hey, are you at a point where you're ready to get started with this thing?
Okay.
If she says, no, not yet, I'll say, great. Then here's what we need to do. I need you to watch a video and have her watch that video. And maybe that will be the thing that overcomes whatever is holding her back.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Who else has got a plan on a page that they have filled out? Blaine, I know you've been working on yours, sir. There it is. I love it. You and Van been cranking it out, man. That's awesome. And I think you actually set up a call for me, didn't you? Or a 3-way chat?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. Very cool. I think I saw that when I was pulling up the Zoom. I caught a glimpse of it, but I haven't looked at it. I'm just getting back from that event. When I finish up with this, I'll reach out on those. So that's great.
You betcha. I just got 2 more to fill out on my sheet, and I'll send it in to you.
I love it. I love it. How are you feeling with everything? You feeling comfortable with this approach?
Yeah, like I'm doing mostly online leads, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, I like that video that you made, I Know a Guy video, because it works perfect with what I'm doing.
Cool. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So between yesterday and today, I've talked to about 10 people.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, when you're talking to this, let's take that. That's wonderful to hear. That's massive action right there. I love it. I was sitting down with a couple of guys at the restaurant tonight doing the Road to Jade, and I asked one of them. I said, "You see how you do this?" They're like, "Yeah." It's like, "Well, how fast you want to go?" It's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "You can contact 20 people. You can take 4 weeks to do it, or you can do it by tomorrow. It's your choice. I mean, it's the same steps. It's going to take the same amount of work. It's just how fast you want to go through it." So I love it. 10 people yesterday, 10 people today. That's getting along. So let's take one that resonates with you or you remember when you were having the discussion, and tell me how it went. For what did you say to them? What did they say to you? And let's break this down.
Well, basically, it was pretty short. Like I would call them up. They've already expressed interest, through my online marketing, that they're wanting to make money, from home, and so I send them a text and set a time up. I can call them and give them a quick call and just ask them if they're still interested in making some extra money on the side, and they say yeah, and then all I say is, well, I know a guy, and I can send you a quick video, and just take a look at that and get back to me.
And what did they say?
They say, yeah, send it over.
Beautiful.
Yeah, everyone I've talked to, they say, yeah, send it over.
Very good. Now,
Yeah.
what do you think is going to happen? So I'm sorry, did you say 10 or 20 that you sent that out to?
10.
10, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so 10 out of 10 have said, yes, I'm interested. Send it
Yep.
on.
Yep.
That's a pretty good ratio, folks. It's a pretty
It
good
is.
ratio.
Yeah.
All right. Now, he went through a step and he pre-qualified them too. He pre-qualified them first to even see if they were interested in making some additional income. So that's very powerful. Now, he's using an online, he's reaching out. I'm not going to go into the details on that. All I'm going to say is that's the exact same thing as you picking up your phone and sending a text message and starting a conversation with, hey, buddy, how you been? What you been doing? How's life treating you? I remember, because I wrote your name down, you're saying this mentally, I wrote your name down and I was thinking about you, and I remembered that you told me that you need to make more money to go on a trip and actually be able to make it to Italy and this, that, and the other. Hey, are you still looking to earn some additional income? And they're going to say yes, or they're going to say no. They say yes, you say cool. And then you take up and pick up right where Blaine was. That's it. That's all there is to it. I love it. So now let's set some expectations. Of those 10 people that are going to watch that video, how many of them you think are going to want to take a look at more information after they watch that?
Well, I know one of them for sure because I sent them off to you. And
so let's talk about. So you got one that's watched the I Know a Guy video and already came back and asked for more information.
Yep.
And once that happened, then what did you do?
How did that work? So then I just said, well, she had a question. I think she was concerned about if this was, if she had to do a bunch of sales, right? And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I can connect you with Casey, and he can answer any questions you have. And she said, yeah, that would be great.
Beautiful.
And so then that's when I connected you with her.
So answer the question with a question. I don't have to do a whole lot of sales. Well, here's the deal. Let me put you on with my guy. Do you want to talk with him? He can answer all that. That's a question. Answer a question with a question. People say, well, what do you do when they ask a question? You got to answer. Yeah, but with another question. Ask if they want to talk to the guy to get that answered. It's so powerful, and it's so legitimate to do because you're not the expert. You're simply the one that knows the guy. That's what you bring to the table. That's all you do. And then they're going to get in. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a chat with them. I'm going to do all the stuff I do. Or I'm going to point them to a presentation video where they can see an hour and 10 minutes of everything in all its glory on what we do. They'll see where they're not going to have to sell. And then we're going to follow up with them and see what they like best and go from there. So of the 10 he's already had, of the 10 that he reached out to since yesterday, it sounds like, you've already got one that's watched it and replied, I want more information.
Yep.
And we'll see what the numbers are going to bear out. And then what you do is you track these numbers, and then you keep up with and you see what your numbers are. You look at that on the plan on a page. Of those 20, you're going to be able to put a little tally when it's all said and done. Reached out to 20. So far, his numbers are reached out to 10. All 10 wanted to see some more information. Sent all 10 to I Know a Guy. And then from that, one already has come back that wants some more information. All within 24 hours. That's how you hit Jade really, really fast. Just so everybody knows. Dan's clapping for you too, by the way. So am I. Now, let me show you the power of what we've got here and how big this is going to go when everybody sees this and they're going like, I can't believe how fast it went. Let me show how fast this goes. Blaine, doing this, do you have any doubt that you're going to get 3 business partners doing it this way?
No doubt. I think I can do it. Yeah.
Okay, good. And that's what I want everybody to feel when they start using this process. I want everybody to do and have that reaction. If you don't have that reaction right now, we need to talk. We need to have some one-on-one time, or we need to do a Road to Jade event so that you can get clear on that. But here's how this works. Blaine just said he can do it. How long do you think it's going to take since you've been doing this? You've been doing this since when, as far as using this approach? You started this, what, yesterday?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And how long do you think it will take you? And these are your words, not mine. How long do you think it's going to take you to get 3 business partners at the pace that you're going right now and seeing this in action?
Oh, I can see it happening in a month.
In a month? Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you think it's possible that this could happen in 6 days? Do you think you can have 3 business partners in 6 days going at this pace on what you're doing right now? Be honest. Your true honest opinion. You got 10 people.
I don't know.
You got 10 people. We won't know until we do it, right?
Yeah, I get that.
10
Exactly.
people, and they've seen the video. This is the inoculation.
Yeah. I guess it's possible.
Yeah. Because what's going to happen next is out of that, one of them is already wanting to see the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw out there that we can actually get that up to 6. And again, we just got to give this time for this to germinate and do its thing. After they get done with the presentation, they're either going to be ready or they're going to have objections. We overcome those, and then it's time for them to put their money in, they're ready to join. I submit to you that if you go through 20 people that you get to watch the I Know a Guy video, then I'm throwing out to you that I bet you're going to have 3 people that are going to enroll. You ventured out that it's going to take a month. I have absolutely no problem with that. And I'm going to use that as an example of what there is. What are the next steps after they watch that presentation? How long does that take?
Sorry, say that again?
How long does that presentation video take for them to be able to see? The inoculation, the I Know a Guy, that takes 33 minutes.
Yeah.
The presentation is going to take 1 hour and 11 minutes for them to watch that video. And it goes into crazy detail, and we're working on a shorter version of that. That's coming. We're going to use this for now. Then they're going to have objections. Let's say that took a 30-minute conversation for me to overcome those. And then it's going to take about 3 minutes to enroll. We'll go ahead and call that 2 hours of stuff that they got to do. Now it's simply a matter of how quick can we get them to do 2 hours worth of stuff. Because that's automated, that's an actual phone call, and that's automated. And prior to that, you had a phone call before. You had a conversation. How long was that conversation, by the way, when you had it with them?
Oh, 5 minutes. If that.
If that. And part of that was just learning about them.
Yeah.
So if we do, and you've done 10 of those so far. So what I'm getting at here is to get 3 people to go through this, it wasn't hard for you to have those 10 phone calls. And now they go into the roller coaster ride. They go through the factory. They go through the conveyor belt. They're going to watch the inoculation video. And as soon as they get done with that, some of them are going to want to go to the presentation. Not all of them are going to. Doesn't matter. You just keep pouring people onto the factory.
So this one lady that I connected with you, she just watched the inoculation video. I didn't send her to the presentation video. Should I have sent her to that first before I should, or like, I mean, I know I've already connected you to her, but
it's okay. No, and that's absolutely fine to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You can absolutely do what you're doing. Say, let me get you on with my guy. I'm going to have another conversation with her, and I'm just going to sink it that much further. I'm going to do a specific, her issue is her terrorist is getting a hold of her right here and talking about selling. She thinks she has to sell. Now, if she would have paid attention to the inoculation video, it's pretty damn clear that we don't do sales. Doesn't matter. That's how strong somebody's terrorist is.
Yeah.
Her curiosity is greater than her terrorist right now, and that's why she's still in the game. The only reason that these numbers go down is that the terrorist wins over the curiosity. They think they know, and they don't know. So what we're going to do is we're at a perfect spot where we know that that terrorist is still alive and kicking. I'm going to put bullet in its head. And I'm going to chat with her, and I'm going to make sure that we get rid of this little spot right here of selling in her brain. Or I won't be successful. One of those two things are going to happen. But I'm pretty certain I'm going to be successful. And when I get done with that, I'm going to have this thing sunk in that much more where her curiosity is going to be so big that she's going to want to watch the video. And then she's going to do that. So I don't have a problem getting in the middle of this thing and having a quick chat with her. Here's why. I'm going to save myself 33 minutes, and I just need to sink in one little part. I've already done the hard work when I recorded it.
Yeah.
That makes sense? So let's go back to what I'm showing here. My goal with the factory is to get, so here's our little factory. It's got little smokestacks. I'm going to work on my artwork here, but there's the factory. It's a jade factory. And what you do is you're going to come in here and you're going to put the raw material on the conveyor belt. You did that with 10 of them. So we got 10 of these little fellas that you put into the jade factory. And on the other side of that is going to come out people that are going to do the business. Now there's also a reject pile that comes off on the side, and we let them just fall out. And that's when the terrorists got a hold of them, they didn't make it. We do our best. We get better in our skills. We get better at standing up for people. We get better at spotting somebody's terrorist. We get better at spotting that reaction that they have and being able to overcome that. Because that's the only thing that keeps them from doing this, is what they think they have to do. This is the pile of the people that know so much. They're broke, they're unhealthy, they have no time, but boy, they got everything figured out. Good for them. Keep doing what you're doing. Somebody's got to build my Mercedes and bring it to me. It sucks. I make light of it because it'll tear me up otherwise. That's just it. But we know they're not all going to make it through. So you just simply put it on the conveyor belt. They come in, and out pops business partners, and out pops customers. My goal is from the time that they get put on the conveyor belt right here to the time they come out right here is 6 days. And that's duration. The work that has to be done, for all my project managers out there, you'll know the difference between those two words. The work that's being done is about 2 hours and 15 minutes worth of stuff. But let's say it took us 6 days to do that. That means 3 people came in. You start off with a list of 20. When we finish, we got 3 business partners. And we'll just do business partners for now, and I'll talk about customers in a second. And that takes 6 days. Each of these 3 have a list of 20. And each of these are going to come out, once they put them in the factory, they're going to come out with 3 business partners, finished goods. Let's say that took 6 days. These 9 are going to go out, and they have a list of 20. And out of that, it's going to turn into, those 180 are going to turn into 27. These 27 are going to have 540, because that's 20 each. And that's going to kick out 81. And that's going to take 6 days. So we're 6 days for you to get it going, 6 days to get to 9, 6 days to get to 27, 6 days to get to 81, 6 days to get to 243. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cycles through the factory. Does everybody see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you add that all up, it actually comes out to 300, it's like 360 total business partners. They all come in at 500 points apiece. You're halfway to Blue Diamond. I'll venture that you're going to be pulling in anywhere between $16,000 to $20,000 US. That's a big number that jacks with a lot of people. This number too. But when you look at it, every single time, it's this unit of work. And this right here is the plan on a page. So Blaine, I'm throwing it out there, man. You can get 3. You can do it quick. You can do it a month. You do it 2 months. So what if it takes a month? Take these numbers and extrapolate that. That's 5, 6 months.
Yep.
You can take however long you want to in this. That's what's cool about it. You can feel whatever pressure you want to feel, but when it all comes down to it is, if this is done and that process is followed, you see how easy it is. That's the lesson. That's the power. I love it. Any questions for me, Blaine?
No, all good.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's get a couple more in. Somebody share with me who has taken the plan on a page and done something with it. Deborah, how are you? Let me unmute you, Deborah. I want to see how things are going. I can't unmute you. You're going to have to do it. There you are.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Good. Yes.
Good.
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. Well, I'm still trying to get you and Adriana together. We are communicating on Facebook, and she still wants to talk to you.
Okay, good.
And I've got a couple of girls that I work with at the Passion Play. Their biggest thing is they don't think they have the money to get into the business.
To do
So
what? How do they know? How do they know anything? How do they know anything about a business or that it takes money to get started?
Well, because everybody out there knows that I'm doing it, because Randall's doing it. You know, Randall's the CEO at the Passion Play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew that, but
I do.
so he gets his Kyani at the Passion Play. So everybody sees the boxes come in. So, but anyway, they
But
don't
no,
know.
no, not anyway. Not anyway. We're going to do it different now. So
Yeah, they
because
don't.
this is the problem.
They just think they know something that they don't really know.
That's it.
They've
So
made something. Yeah.
so when you're having the conversation with them, did they bring up the fact that you're in that business and they want to do it, and they just don't have the time or money to do it?
Well, when I first started talking to Barbara, it's because she has fibromyalgia to the point that she's really, I mean, she's very unhealthy. And I just told her that I knew a guy that knew knew something that might help that. And she says, well, I can't afford to do anything. We don't have any money right now.
Right there is where you have, and I talked about this tonight with the group, and I want to share it with everybody here. When that happens, and that's going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
you have to stand up for your friend and say, you don't have any money to do what? I got a guy you need to talk to that can help you with it. I didn't say anything about money. It doesn't cost any money to talk to him.
Right. That's what I told her.
You told her those words?
Yes.
That it doesn't cost any money to talk to me?
Yeah, I told her it's a free conversation. It
Okay.
doesn't have any
Good.
strings attached to it.
What'd she say to that?
She said she'd get back with me when she had time.
Oh, now she didn't have time. So first it was she didn't have money, now she didn't have time. Gotcha. So here's what I do in those situations. She's afraid.
Mhm.
She has a fear, just like you mentioned. So here's what you need to do.
Okay.
Do you think she's actually going to make time to talk to me?
Well, yeah, when she makes a comment,
No.
she's I see her almost every day. She's the manager of the ticket office at the Passion Play,
Okay.
and our paths cross every day. So
This is somebody
I
you
have
care
a
about, I can tell.
yes, I do. Mhm.
You need to have a real conversation with her and say, what is it that you're afraid of on being able to potentially help your situation with fibromyalgia?
Okay.
Have a real conversation.
Okay.
Sit down, sit her down, and say, look, I want to have a real chat with you.
Okay.
I reached out to you because I want to help you with something.
Mhm.
You got something in your head that is keeping you from talking to somebody that can potentially bring you some relief. Why is that?
Yeah.
Don't mind me asking. She's going to share with you or she's not. But I think you have the ability to get out of her what her holdup is and find out what that excuse is. Right now, it's an excuse. It's not an objection. It's an excuse.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Here's what I would, a couple of possibilities. There's an infinite number of them, but one of them is that, has she been dealing with this for a long time?
About 7 years that I know of.
And has she tried everything that type?
Pretty much. Yes.
So there's a possibility that she has resigned herself that there is no fixing this. They have tried everything. She's had her hopes up and she has not been successful in finding one. And the pain of that letdown is very powerful. And the pain of that letdown is more than the possibility of hope that this might do something.
Mm-hmm.
And when that's greater than the other, then people will stay and get stuck in a rut forevermore.
Okay.
And they won't try anything new.
Okay.
Have that chat and see if you can find out if that's that. Have a conversation where you can, while you might not know what she's going through from a pain perspective, let her know that you understand where she's coming from a letdown perspective, that I bet you've probably been let down a lot of times, and see if that might be the thing. That this isn't a guarantee that this is her thing. This is just something I've observed a lot with people that won't, that throw out those excuses.
Okay.
She doesn't know how much it is. How can she say that she doesn't have money for it?
Yeah, well, I think some of it, they help their kids a lot, and his mom and dad are having to help the two of them financially a lot. So,
And here we have something that will help them. Sounds like they got a money issue too.
got a money issue too. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the hardest part, Deborah, and everybody, that you're going to experience in this business is when it comes down to it, there's a very good chance, just from how she's responded already. And again, I'm just basing this on my observations of doing this a lot over the last close to it, is that she ain't going to do anything. She ain't going to try the product. She ain't going to look at the business. She's resigned herself to where she's at, and you ain't going to change that. And that is a miserable, worthless feeling that you're going to experience when you can't help somebody that you care for to see past their blind spots, to even take a look at the possibility of this being something for them. Because you know if they would just look and listen, they would see it. Because again, nobody says no to what we do. They say no to what they think they have to do. But what they think they have to do, when they are so closed-minded to that being the only possibility, there is nothing you're going to be able to do for them. And that sucks. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
When that happens, you're going to fill that out on the plan on the page where it says, do you want to fix that? You're going to say no for her.
Mm-hmm.
She did not want to fix her health, and she did not want to fix her wealth.
Right. Well, I'll talk to her in the next couple of days. I will
Cool.
be at the place again tomorrow and Saturday for a little while, and I'll try to visit her.
Very cool. Now, here's the deal. If you do have to put a no for somebody on that, put them in a file, set a reminder at that moment, because you will not remember, for 3 months from that day.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2 months, not 4 months, 3 months.
Right.
And reach back out and say, are you still dealing with your health and your wealth? Are you at a point where you would like to talk to my guy about fixing that? If they give you the same answer, you set another timer for 3 months after that, and you ask them the same question in 3 months.
Okay.
You do that until you're no longer on the planet.
Okay. Will do.
That's it. That's all we do. That's all we can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
My cousin is now a customer. She lives in Florida, but they travel a lot. I'm not sure what her husband Don does, but he makes quite a bit of money. But she has a lot of physical issues. So I talked to her about the product, that it might help the headaches and things like that she was having, and the back pain and everything. And she just said absolutely not. And when she went to the
You said
doctor,
absolutely not?
not. Yeah. So after
I'm sorry. Wait. Before you go on, I got to understand. She's saying absolutely not to what?
trying the product, it might help her to feel better.
And she said absolutely not. It's not going to do that?
Yeah, she said, I don't want to try it. I said, okay. So then about a month later, we have another cry for help on Facebook post. I need prayer. I'm in a lot of pain. The doctors don't know. And
this is from the same lady?
Same lady, Sharon, my cousin. And I said, Sharon, I personally met Sharon. Right now, you don't have anything to lose. You have everything to gain if you try it. And so I sent her a link that Sherry had sent me, and she went and looked at it, and she said, how do I order it? And so she is now taking the product. So I think this is going to be a good for a customer. I really do. And she's a nurse. She is a registered nurse. And she's retired, but she is a registered nurse, so she knows, you know. So
let me make one caveat to what I just said a second ago. I said every 3 months, not 2 months, not 4 months. Let me clarify that off of what you just said. Unless there is a life-changing event that has occurred for somebody.
Right.
And when that happens, then you go try it again at that point. And that's what you did there. And it was a month later. That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so they live in Florida, so if she's going to be a customer, and I think that she will be, she's on the 30-day trial, or she's on the 30-day pack right now, and I think that she will help a lot of people because she knows a lot of people.
Yep, everybody does.
I mean, once you've been helped, you can't help but share it, you know. I mean, once it has done something for you physically, if you don't share it with other people, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So she's a positive, and
that's awesome, Deborah.
And
good.
I'm just working at it. So
well, good. Well, keep doing this. Keep using this. I know a guy stuff, and keep using it. You feeling comfortable with the plan on the page, the whole thing?
Yes, I am. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is it simplifying everything for you?
Yes, sir. It is.
Ooh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Thank you, Deborah. I'm going to get one more in before we call it a night, but that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that, and congratulations on the new customer, and congratulations on being able to impact your cousin. That's really, really good. Good persistence there to keep that going.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's see here. I haven't heard from Valerie or Joanne or Jamie. Any of y'all want to share anything?
Hey, Casey, I can share.
Hey, Valerie. Awesome. Appreciate it.
I had a friend on my Plan on the Page that I'd recently reached out to over the years since we had connected. So spent a little time building that rapport up, met for coffee, and found out a lot of things were going on in her life. Shared some samples with her right then and there, but offered up and shared the 30 days, and she placed an order today just by following up and keeping those lines of communication open with her.
That's way cool. That's fantastic work. I love it. I love it. Very, very good. Great job, Valerie. You got another example?
I've got some on my Plan on the Page that's just got to be consistently reaching out to and following up. Some that said, yeah, I think I'd be interested in trying, but haven't done anything with that yet. So not trying to track them down, but just continue. And I'm trying to be bolder to ask them if they wanted to try it, do they need my help to walk through how to order it and things like that.
Gotcha.
That's where I'm doing my adjusting instead of just being passive.
Yeah.
Being a little bit
good.
more.
Yeah. That's powerful. No, that's huge. That's very huge is coming back and asking for it to be able to help them with that. And when you place yourself in doing it from helping them, that's where that boldness will come from. That's where that fierceness, if you will come from, and it won't hold you back. It won't be about you. It won't make you timid. It'll make you just ready to go because it's about them. So that's really, really good. Let's talk about one with wealth. Do you have anybody on your Plan on a Page that's got the wealth box checked?
Well, I do have a friend, but she's one that I haven't connected with in several years. But I've been doing some texting with her for the last, 6 weeks. And so I called her on July 4th and had that as an end to visit. She has some health issues. She has an elderly mother with some health issues. They're moving, and she's looking for a new job to move her job. So,
and how long have
I'm trying to find out the best way. Oh, I've been friends with her for 15 years.
And how long have you been chatting here recently? Last 6 weeks? Did I hear that right?
The last weeks or so, yeah. Yeah, last 6 weeks or so.
Okay.
I'm trying to wait for a time to get to.
It already happened.
I know a guy.
It already happened. She gave you something personal. You're past the. I mean, holy smokes! I'm catching up with people after 4 years in about 15 seconds, and then I'm getting straight into it. So you're good. You're 6 weeks in. That's awesome. That's powerful. But now here's the deal. It's tough. It's tough when I get that I am a different personality, but you got to look for that pitch, and that ball just went over the plate. You've got the rapport has been reestablished, and they gave you something personal. They told you that they're getting ready to start a new job. They're looking for some money. All that stuff came out. Right?
Right.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I heard you right. So with that said, with them saying that, then there's your window to say, look, if you're looking for some more income, I know a guy.
Okay.
If that feels too quick, then you can say, hey, if I understood all the stuff you've been telling me lately, you're here looking to be able to make some more income. Is that right? And she's going to say, yeah, of course. And then most likely she's going to say, why do you ask? And if she does, then you say, because I got a guy that can help you with that. And if she doesn't ask, then you can still tell her, if you're serious about being able to fix that, I want to introduce you to somebody that might be able to help you with that. You want to talk to them? Either way, we're going to find out if they're serious about wanting to do that. But there's no point in waiting anymore. You got the information, and you got the check mark in the box of the good friend, and you're not. Here's the big deal, and this is going to be important for you, Valerie, and anybody that feels like they're bugging people or they're trying to get something from them, or you feel like you want to be able to build more and 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 more rapport with somebody. Chances are, not saying that this is the case, just sharing it out there, and then you tell me if it fits or not. You're worried about them thinking you're trying to get something from them.
Well, yeah. Since it's been so long since we've reconnected. So yeah.
That's it right there. The relationship is so important. So I get it. I absolutely get it. I just want to put a different pair of glasses on your eyes so that you can look through a different lens.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you, this might sound harsh and I don't mean it that way. I'm just making a point. How long are you going to let them keep struggling financially before you show them the holy grail of making money?
Right.
When you do it that way, it's like, well, God, I got to tell them right now. That's what I want you to be able to do. And I want you to think of it that way. What it is what it is. How you feel is how you feel. How they feel is how they feel. All that, it is simply a matter of your perception of it and how you're going to go about it. You're concerned about the perception that they think you're coming at them just to be able to make some money. And you want to make sure that you've established that, no, we are friends first and foremost. You have done that. And and this is for any person that's a dove, that's a label, and call it what you will, but it's the folks that are not ready to jump in and go after somebody in 15 seconds, go do it. I get it. But I don't want that to be the story that you say, well, I'm not like you and I don't want to just go and press on I am not going in and pressing on the money. I'm doing it because the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking on everybody on the planet, everything that they can be doing, everything that we can make the maximum amount of time on. And that's the only thing that's consistent, is that the clock is ticking. So I'm going to go through and get that box checked as quick as I can so that I can give them relief as fast as I can. To use an extreme example, and this is almost not fair, and again, I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to make the point for everybody. Somebody's got cancer. You got, not saying that this is a cure to cancer, but you got something that's going to help them out tremendously. You got to get that to them. You got to get straight to it and say, look, here's the deal. I want to catch up with you. I want to tell you everything, but clock's ticking. You're my friend, and this is something that I want to share with you for you, not for me. And if somebody gets bent out of shape about that, doing that, or to say, are you going to make money on this? Those words are never going to come out of their mouth because of who you are and how you're approaching them. I was talking about it when I started it with Betty, when we kicked this call off, and I was talking to reliving what Tara was chatting with her friend. Tara's got that same concern. She doesn't want to come across as somebody that's just coming to make some money or get something from them, truly wanting to come to help them. So do the same thing on the business partner side. And I know that's not easy, but I just want to change your perception on that for everybody that has that thought. You got the holy grail. You got the fountain of youth for the money side of things to be able to help them. If I just showed the numbers to Blaine and everybody else on how quick this will go if you guys will just unleash it, if you'll just get out there and run with it. So feel comfortable with it, but just throw that out there and let's see if that might reframe it a little bit to be able to help them take a look at this thing. Because when it's all said and done, you're coming for all the right intentions. I mean, Valerie, I know you extremely well. Holy smokes. You're literally the nicest lady next to your mom that I've ever met in my entire life. So there's no way that somebody's going to misconstrue what you're bringing to them.
All right. Thank you, Casey.
You're very, very welcome. I appreciate you sharing, and I hope that came across the way I intended it.
It did. I appreciate it. Thank you for your help.
You're very welcome. All right, everybody, we are out of time. It goes fast. Everybody liking this format still? Thumbs up if you are. Okay, cool. Very good. So here's what I want to happen between now and Monday. If you haven't yet, I want to make sure on your Plan on a Page you have filled out the bio and the phone number. I want to make sure you've gone into the rapport box and selected what you believe to be the thing that they want some help with. I want you to reach out to everybody on your sheet. I want you to start the conversation. I'd prefer that you do it with text so that you don't get nervous. If you feel comfortable making the phone call to do it, do so. Do not tell them about a business. Do not tell them about an opportunity. Do not tell them about a product. Do not tell them anything. Ask them. Verify. Do you have any issue with this, this, and this? The way you start that up with is when you are filling out the box for the rapport and you write down at the bottom what you were thinking of. Why did you select that box? Why did you select the wealth box? Because I know they're looking for a job. Perfect. Write that down. Reach out to them. Hey, how's the new job going? Are you enjoying it? Is it paying you all the money that you want? Is everything going well on the money side? Put that in there and have that conversation with them. It's time. If you know that information about them, it's time to have the conversation about that because they shared it with you. When they share something personal, they're ready. It won't be weird if you make it about them. So have that, do the reach out and start the conversation with them. Find out if they are serious about actually fixing that. Yeah, I'm still dealing with the money thing. You want to fix that? Well, yeah. You sure about that? You absolutely serious? Well, yeah. What do you got? I got a guy. That's it. Well, how do I speak to this mythical guy? You got two options. I can introduce you and y'all can set up a time where he can chat with you. He's extremely busy, but he will absolutely chat with you because I know him and he'll do that for me. Or if you prefer, he's got a video that he has recorded because he is in such high demand so that you can look at that and it's going to basically share all the same information that he would talk to you on the phone about. But it's up to you. What's your preference? And then let them decide. And whatever their preference is, set it up that way. If they want to see a video, send them the link. If they want to talk to me, set up the three-way chat, introduce us, edify me, edify them, and let me do what I do. That's it. So those are your steps. Continue on the plan on the page, fill out the rapport, have some conversations, and keep on rolling. Here's the beauty, here's the absolute beauty of doing this by text message. If you get caught in the middle of nowhere and you don't know how to get back, you know a guy, call me, reach out to me, text me, messenger me, phone call me. They can wait. They sent me a text message. It will sit there. It ain't going nowhere. I promise you. But they need to talk to me right now. No, they don't. That is your perception. They are good. They will make it a couple of hours. They'll make it a couple of days. Oh, I got busy, dropped my phone, lost it, whatever. Didn't want to talk to you right now. That's all. Everybody knows what that means. Okay? So you can absolutely do this. You know what to do. If you don't, reach out to me. Let me help you with that. Let me do a road to Jade with you, one-on-one if we need to. That's what we're going to do all month. We're going to get 60 of y'all to Jade. Okay? We already got one or two that have already popped. Literally. So let's go. Keep pushing. All right? I'm going to mute everybody. Y'all have a great night. Appreciate you being on. And keep getting out there and helping everybody. All right. I don't have the button to click the unmute. It's on the other phone. So unmute yourself and say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good night, everyone.